Do you want to know why I don't watch a lot of YouTube? I'll be quite honest with you. It's for one reason and one reason only. It seems that now every single video about Thailand is some idiot sitting there going, well, if you want to live in Thailand, you need to take a budget and then double it. And that's how much you're going to spend every month. I'm going to tell you point blank, listen, if you need to double your budget, you don't know how to fucking budget. Okay, buddy? I'm just telling you point blank. These are the people that are coming here. They're not surviving. They're definitely not thriving. What they're doing is they're failing at living in Thailand, and then they're projecting that on you guys. And I'm going to tell you something. At the end of the day, please don't listen to them. Listen to the doctor. I'm going to tell you exactly how you're going to come to Thailand and not only survive, but thrive living here, even on a limited budget. Why, hello there, guys. Listen, I have to tell you something. It drives me up a wall watching some of these guys on YouTube, especially the guys that claim to have lived here for years and years and years, going on about how expensive it is and how, you can't do this and you can't do that. I'm going to tell you something. If you can't live on a budget back in your home country, you can't live on a budget here. If you don't understand the value of a dollar, you're not going to understand how to get a lot for your baht, okay? If you're financially handicapped, you are going to be in deep, deep trouble here in Thailand. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. Thailand can be as cheap and affordable as you want it to be, or it can be horrifically expensive if you're the type of person that cannot control yourself or your spending. Listen, I've had subscribers actually confront me personally, bitching and moaning at me, going on, oh, you lied to me, blah, 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 blah. I'll sit down and I'll start talking with them. Listen, what happened? Like, where did your budget go? How did you spend your money? Blah. And it's always the same thing. They overspend on all and in all of the areas that I'm not overspending on. One of the biggest ones, obviously, is the girls. In all of my videos, I've said point blank, you can come to Thailand and you can live an incredible life on $1,000 a month. I've even talked about living on $500 to $600 a month, which I'm going to allude to in this video because I actually sat down with one of my neighbors. I know the guy quite well. I see him all the time. He lives just right around the corner from me. And he actually told me all about his budget, about him living here. And he's living here on $600 a month, okay? But I, all of the time, get told, oh, you know what, you're lying about this, you're lying about that. But it always comes down to the girls and how much money these guys are spending on the girls. Also, they just don't know how to budget. And at the end of the day, I hate to say this, but if you are the type of person back in your home country that has to live either paycheck to paycheck or use your credit card to get through the month, you are going to fail here historically, okay? I guarantee you are going to have the hardest time possible. If you're the type of person that has to go to the bars and has to be around the girls and has to, do this and do that, you're not going to survive here unless you have thousands and thousands of dollars. If you're not willing to adapt to life in Thailand, if you're not willing to jump on the back of a motorbike and go to the store that way with a taxi bike, you're going to fail here. If you cannot get into the idea of going down a side soy and trying something different for cuisine, if you're not willing to look at Thai food and explore what is now considered the second best, most popular cuisine in the world. Yes, Thailand is now number 2 on the list of the top food destinations in the world. If you're not willing to look at that, you're going to fail here, okay? So this video, guys, it's all about how to not only survive, but thrive, also how not to fail at living here financially. I'm going to go over, what I'm spending, what some people spend, what is too much to spend, et cetera, et cetera. I do apologize. This video is going to be a lot longer than any video that I have made about this subject because, again, it comes down to context. It comes down to explaining things, talking about things, and showing you that there are alternatives. There is the possibility to come here and have just an incredible life. I want to ask you really quick, okay? Because a lot of people have, they dump on people if they come to a country like this and they have to live on an extremely limited budget. Now, I have someone that I know. He's Hungarian and he comes here for 6 months out of the year, and he is living on $600 a month. He makes enough money back in his home country to live for 6 months while he's there, and then he gets 6 months here. How many people have gone on a vacation, let's say to an all-inclusive place or someplace like that, where you're just sitting on the beach and you're thinking, oh, I could get used to this? That's his life every single day. He's not going out and doing crazy. He's just enjoying his life every single day. Are there things that he's scrimping on, stuff that you probably should not scrimp on? Yes, but that's all he can afford. However, he is living an incredible life. He is thriving and surviving here in Thailand, and he is having a wonderful time. I know people who are on a 150,000 baht budget, okay, which is right around $4,400 and they are struggling. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. If you do not understand the value of a dollar, you don't know how to get a lot for your baht, if you cannot budget, you probably should not be coming to Thailand unless you're going to set up some type of consultation with someone like me who's going to explain to you exactly how you should be doing this. Because at the end of the day, guys, Thailand, again, it can be unbelievably cheap and it can be horrifically expensive if you allow it to be. So here are some examples of the money that I spend, again, what other people are spending, how much you can look at spending, and what is just absolutely foolish. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you get something out of it. If you do, please, if you're not already subscribed, hit the it's, again, I'm not sure where it is. It's in one of these. Leave a comment, leave a like, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. And please just enjoy the train wreck that is my life. And this is how to survive and thrive financially in Thailand with me, your crazy, kooky host. Yes, it is Thailand's happiest hobo. Again, teaching you how to not only survive, but thrive living in Thailand. One thing I have really learned to embrace and appreciate about my Hungarian friend is the fact that he is no longer a slave to fashion. I will tell you this much. When I lived in Canada, I did spend too much money on clothing. If I had one vice, besides the booze and everything else, it was clothing. I spent way too much money on that. Here in Thailand, you're going to find that nobody cares how you're dressed. Look, I'm not saying dress like a bum, but nobody cares whether or not you have a Ralph Lauren on, a polo on. They don't care if you're wearing Tommy Hilfiger. Nobody gives a shit about this. A lot of people ask me, Doc, you've traveled a lot. What are some of the differences? What are the cultural differences between, say, China and Thailand? One of the major things I've noticed is that I can walk around dressed like this in Thailand and nobody cares. But if I wear the same outfit in China, people look down on me like I'm just dirt. It's the strangest thing. It really is. And that's one thing that I've really learned to embrace about Thailand is that you can just dress how you want to. You don't have to spend a fortune on fashion. Last month, guys, I'll be honest with you, I didn't spend any money at all, not even a pair of flip-flops. That being said, I would budget that. Look, to be on the safe side, I would budget 1,000 baht a month. That's going to give you $30 US. That will allow you to get a hat, a shirt, a pair of shorts, and sandals, and a couple of pairs of underwear. Trust me, you'll need the underwear. It gets a little gamey here. Believe me, with the humidity and stuff, you don't even think about it. You don't want to think about it. But yeah, I would budget 1,000 baht a month. I got off lucky, didn't have to spend any money at all last month. Perfect. Look, I'm not stupid. I may look stupid, but I'm definitely not stupid, especially when it comes to this. I'm going to tell you something. The number one reason why guys fail here financially is because of the girls. I know that usually I leave this to the very end because I want you guys to stick around, but I'm going to give you guys a gift here right off the hop, okay? I'm going to flat out come out and tell you that the most expensive thing in your budget is going to be the girls. I know all kinds of guys that come here and they're like, oh, you know, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pay for this. I'm not going to pay for that. And in the end, every single guy ends up paying for something, okay? So I don't want to hear all of the people in the comment section going on about how, oh, only simps do this and only simps do that. It's every single person here in Thailand. Not just guys, girls do it too, which I will get to in a few minutes. Listen, I will admit that the guy that talks about how you take your budget and then double it, he's 100% right if you plan on having a girlfriend, okay? Now, I do understand that there are some guys who are lucky enough and they have found really normal, well-adapted, non-industry working girls. Let's be honest. They are so far and few between, they are like a unicorn, okay? I don't know too many guys that have a girlfriend like that. It's typically the guys that have been here 10, 15, 20 plus years that have, you know, these relationships. It's not the guys that are coming here in their 50s and 60s running around with 20-year-olds that, no, it's not happening. Not at all. Girls will destroy your budget in a second and they will financially destroy you here. Listen, I did that video, The True Cost of Having a Thai Girlfriend, and I will admit that most likely that's why you're watching this video in the first place, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I will tell you this much though, the information in that video is complete bullshit today. It is so out of date, it is insane. I'm gonna tell you something, take those numbers that I did in that video and pretty much double them today. It has gotten out of control. Not only that, gold alone has gone up probably 40% since I made that video. So guys are still running around buying necklaces, buying rings, buying bracelets for girls. It's crazy. Listen, again, most guys coming here don't understand how much money it costs to have a girlfriend. I know I joke all of the time about it. Oh, double it. You can't even do that, to be honest with you, because again, if you watch my video about how not to go broke taking a Thai girl out to eat, they honestly do. They order like 5 different dishes and they sit and pick off of each one. They never finish anything at all. And you're sitting there going, holy, are you kidding me? Guys, it happens to me all the time. I will admit it. Look, I'll take friends out and they'll buy like, and I'm always sitting there going, damn it, Mark, you knew better than that, you know? Listen, I'm going to flat out tell you, the minimum amount that you're going to get a girlfriend for here, if you want someone who's actually going to be your girlfriend, spend a lot of time with you, she may or may not stop working at the bar, guys, for this amount. I'm just telling you what it's going to cost you, okay? I've talked to guys from the top of the country to the bottom of the country. Pattaya, Bangkok, Phuket, Koh Samui, everywhere. 15,000 baht. Okay, which is right around $450. Now I'm going to tell you how absurd that is, okay? When I did my social media experiment, when I was living on $1,000 a month, I averaged $900 a month. So half of my budget is going to the girl alone, okay? Now, keep in mind, on top of that, you're going to take her out to eat. She's not paying for it, you are. You're going to take her to the bar, she's not paying for it, you are. And every bar you go to, she's going to know some girl there, and guess what? You're going to be buying lady drinks for her. You're going to be buying drinks for your girlfriend, yourself, and it gets crazy expensive. Not only that, she's going to want to go shopping. She's not paying for it. You are. Her family's going to need money. Her kids are going to need money. Her friends are going to need money. Her water buffalo is going to need money at some point, okay? And I'm going to tell you point blank, the number one reason why men fail here in Thailand is because they fail to budget properly. They fail to understand how expensive it is to keep one of these girls even remotely happy and, I can't really say loyal to you, but with you. Now, girls, listen to me, ladies. I'm going to flat out tell you this because There's no girls on YouTube making these videos, but I'm going to take the chance of canceling myself just to fill you in on this. There are all kinds of girls from North America, Europe here, lovely white girls running around with incredibly beautiful young local lovely ladies because they missed out on that experience in college or whatever it is. They're trying to recapture I don't know what it is. Girls are every bit as bad as guys, okay? They truly are. I'm going to tell you something. You go to Aonang and you see all kinds of, white Western women running around with these incredibly hot young Thai girls. Also, you'll see Western girls coming here and, I don't want to make this sound bad, but they're the girls that couldn't get attention back at home, so they kind of changed their moral standards, I guess is the best way to put it. Again, I'm getting canceled with this video. There's no question. You're never going to see the doctor again, guys, so please enjoy this one. These girls come here and it's like girls gone wild, and they start running around with all these men, and the worst part is they're every bit as dumb as the guys, and they start believing these guys. They start, believing that they love them and all of this shit, and next thing you know, they're taking them out to eat and they're paying for everything. They're taking them shopping. They're paying for everything. They're buying them phones. They're covering the rent. They're coming up with, sweetheart, I need some money, my bank card this, my bank that, Next thing you know, these girls are broke because they're every bit as bad as the guys, okay? I can't think, it is what it is, okay? I hate to say it, but sex, the need for companionship, the need to feel validated, codependency, dependency issues, whatever it is, will financially destroy you here. It really will. I am going to try and do a video about if you should or should not move to Thailand. I'm going to try and do that in a couple of weeks, guys. I apologize. I got so many projects on the go at one time here. My head feels like it's going to explode. This is the number one thing that ruins people here financially. End of story. The rest of this video, to be honest with you, you really don't even have to watch, because you can figure out, okay, well, if my monthly rent is this, I know it's going to be that every single month. If my bike is this, I know it's going to be that every single month. If I eat properly, and I don't go crazy, you can budget. The thing that you can't budget is this and that. End of story. So I'll give that guy that goes on about, you need to double your budget. I'll give him that. If you're coming here and you need to be in a relationship, you need to be with someone, on a more than, if you need to be with someone on a regular basis, you're going to be in deep, deep trouble. You are. I know guys that, they see a girl once a week, they have a good time, they do what they need to do, and quite honestly, it's costing them about 5,000 to 10,000 baht, depending on the age and the quality. Okay, so between $150 and $300 you can budget if you are looking at, having a good time or release, whatever you want to call it, at nighttime, a nice date, someone to spend the night with you, get up with you in the morning, make you breakfast, and possibly make you feel good before they leave. Between $150 and $300 a month. If you need to have constant companionship and a girlfriend, a partner, dude, anywhere from $500 to $5,000 a month. So I'm going to cover some things that you guys should budget for that I do not. I'm going to tell you flat out, guys, I have absolutely no streaming services whatsoever. I don't have Netflix. I don't have Amazon Prime. I don't have Hulu. I have nothing like that. Since I've been in Thailand, I think I've watched a TV maybe 3 or 4 times, and each one was sports related. I think I watched the Super Bowl and I watched a Rose Bowl or something like that. And that is it. I have none of these streaming services. Again, if you're going to be coming here and that's something that you want to have, budget for it. I would say $10 each service that you want? Would that make sense? Again, I really don't know because I don't have them. I don't drink coffee. I know all kinds of people that go on about how, oh, Thailand's so expensive, Starbucks this, Starbucks that. Starbucks is expensive any place you go, mate. Here in Thailand, it's no different. I do know this much. My friends who are thriving here, they're not going to Starbucks. They're going to local coffee shops, cafes and stuff, and finding that the coffees there are actually 10 times better and 10 times cheaper than Starbucks. I do not smoke cigarettes. I did many, many years ago. I'm actually, I think I'm 20 years smoke free. I will say this much, smoking in Thailand is actually incredibly cheap. I know that it's like 70 baht, which is what, $2 for a pack of cigarettes. So if you're a pack a day guy, well, essentially budget $60 a month for your cigarettes. I don't think that's crazy. I know in Canada right now, it's like $25 for a single pack of smokes. I don't smoke weed. A lot of people ask me about the cannabis situation here, and I have no idea about it. I know this much, it's more expensive here than it is in Canada, or it's roughly the same price. I've heard some pretty crazy stories about, it being horrifically expensive. I do know this much, you can still get, some pretty cheap, shitty stuff if you go to the Rasta bars and stuff like that. I don't know enough about it to really comment about it, so I really can't. I don't have any of it included in my budgets at all, obviously, because I don't do it. So yeah, those are things right there, guys, that I can't really budget for because I don't use them. But again, streaming services, I would look at $10 a piece for each one. Coffees, I don't know. How much are you going to budget? How much coffee are you going to drink? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe $100 a month would make sense for people who really, really love their coffees. If you are a Starbucks fanatic, well then, yeah. I mean, you're obviously in the high end of the budget, but everybody I know tells me the same thing, that you can get far better coffee even at 7-Eleven and Tops. Tops used to be Family Mart. They say that you can go there, you can get frappuccinos, cappuccinos, iced fraps, iced caps, way better than Starbucks for a fraction of the price. So I really don't know what to tell you on these ones here. All I know is that they're never in my budget because I don't use them. What is a realistic food budget? I'm going to tell you something. This is one of the things that really causes a lot of friction in the comment section, and even with people that I know, that I see on a day-to-day basis, because everybody is completely different. Again, you have to realize that Thailand is one of the number one destinations in the world for foodies. We have some of the most incredible dishes here. Matter of fact, I believe that in the top 10 dishes of the world, 3 are from Thailand. Look, pad krapao to me is quite possibly the greatest thing ever invented. I absolutely love it. The street food here is, honestly, it's close to second to none in the world. It's amazing. The fruits are so fresh. Everything is just incredible. And as much as there is for variety in diets and cuisines and different dishes, there's a whole spectrum of budgets. Again, the guy who's living on the $600 a month, he is spending, quite honestly, right around 6,000 baht a month. He's averaging 200 baht a day on his food. And quite honestly, that is including his fruits most of the time. I know for a fact, I've seen him go to the different stands where you can buy these little pre-packaged meals. Usually it's like chicken biryani, stuff like this. And it's 40 baht for a meal. And he usually picks up 3 or 4 of them, takes them home. He's got a microwave, he is eating fantastic. And he'll tell you he's eating 10 times better than he can back in his home country on so much less here. And look, I do the same thing. Not to that extreme, but I do a lot of eating at the side soys. And what I mean is these are like the little offshoots. They come off a main road and you will find some of the most incredible restaurants there. That one I did with the best $2 meals in all of Thailand, that's one of my go-to restaurants. And I eat there, honestly, guys, I'm there 5 times a week. Wrong Bay, I'm again 3 to 4, maybe 5 times a week eating at Wrong Bay. Last month, I spent 12,250 baht on food. That's it. That's all I spent for the entire month. And that included, again, taking different people out for mugata, treating people, once in a while. And I think I eat one of the most healthy, well-balanced diets that you can possibly find. I'm not eating a lot of fried stuff. I really, honestly, guys, I don't. Besides my eggs, which are always fried, I'm not eating a lot of fried food. I do have some fried chicken from time to time, but that's maybe once a week. Honestly, like I'm eating so healthy, it's crazy. Again, unless you're a finely tuned athlete or you're one of these people who are just so food centric, I somewhat doubt that you're eating a more varied, healthier diet than I am. I honestly, I don't believe it. When I lived in Canada, I ate extremely healthy. I always ate at home. Very, very rare did I ever eat out. Here, I'm eating out pretty much all of the time. But again, all of the restaurants I go to, they know how I like my food. They cook it a certain way. Do I eat fast food? I do from time to time enjoy Taco Bell. I will be straight up honest with you. I will eat that garbage from time to time. I love it. I don't eat at McDonald's. I don't eat KFC. I don't eat Burger King. None of that stuff. I am not spending crazy amounts of money on a Western diet. And a lot of people that come here, they try to eat like they did at home. They don't get out of their comfort zone. And they're not willing, again, to eat like on the side soys. They're not willing to try different things. Also, my friend that spent the 18,000 baht on the taxis and stuff, she really truly believed that unless it was a really expensive upscale restaurant, the food wasn't good and the food wasn't safe. I tried to introduce her to my little side soy restaurant and she was so repulsed by it. She refused to eat there and forced me to go down to Beach Road in Patong and have really, really shitty pad krapao, which was 280 baht. My pad krapao is 60 baht. So yeah, I spent almost 5 times more on krapao that was made for a Western palate. So it wasn't spicy. It didn't have that bite, the flavor. I'm not telling you how to eat. All I'm saying is this. You can spend crazy amounts of money on food here and not enjoy it. Or you can step out of your comfort zone, try some really cool stuff, enjoy the flavors, see what Thai food honestly really is all about, guys. I'm going to tell you something. It truly is that good. And that's why so many people come to Thailand, because they're foodies and they're in search of that, that perfect meal. And I promise you, you will find it here. You're not going to find it in a restaurant that is catering to tourists. You're just not going to, because that is designed for a palate that really doesn't understand what real food is. I would safely budget between 15,000 and 18,000 baht, okay? That's between 500 and 600 baht every single day for you to eat, okay? That's going to allow you to go and enjoy a burger or a pizza, stuff like this. Not every single day, but, you can do that 3 or 4 times a week. You can, try different things, go to different markets. Honestly, the food here really, really is cheap. If you're going to these crazy, El Gaucho restaurants and stuff, yeah, the prices are the same as they are in New York or Las Vegas or Paris. But that food just is not, it's not what brings people to Thailand. It's Thai food, it's Thai cuisine, it's these incredible markets where you can just The food is amazing. Guys, listen, I'm releasing a video here in a couple of days about the Muslim market over in Bangtao. And I'm going to tell you something. Their chicken biryani over there is the best biryani I've ever had in my life. And it's 40 baht for a portion that I cannot finish, okay? You know, I talk about this all the time about how the food portions here are what normal people should be eating. They're not those supersized stuff that you find in the States and stuff. This is what normal people should be eating as a portion of food. One of my best examples is De Moreno's Pizza. I go and I get the full-size ham and cheese pizza there. I honestly can't finish that pizza, and it's less than $7. It's incredible. Yet I've gone there with some American friends and they'll order a pizza and woof it down and they'll want more. And I'm like, ooh, I couldn't eat like that. A lot of people come, again, they think that it has to be upscale restaurants, it has to be inside, it has to be expensive, or it's not good. And guys, that's simply not the case. And if you're budgeting, listening to someone like me, and you believe this as to be reality, yeah, you're going to have to double your budget, because you're not going to enjoy the stuff that I enjoy. You're just not going to. Sorry, you're not. I just wanted to say really quick, guys, I apologize for that click, 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 click sound. I just realized that it's the microphone actually picking up this. I can't believe it, so I took it off. Hopefully I'll get rid of that sound, and I do apologize. I can't go back and redo this video. I've been days trying to make this video. It's really hard vlogging. I don't think people realize just how hard it is to sit here and try to talk and share. It's a nightmare, so I can't redo it. Hopefully I got rid of that sound. Do you guys like the sound? Please, if you could, in the comment section, let me know if, like, not the click, 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 but this part here, do you like the sound? I know that a lot of people said that I used to sound like really tinny and hollow. Hopefully this is better, I hope. Just in case you didn't realize this about Phuket, it is tropical. It is very warm, and it can get extremely humid at different times, different parts of the year, and you are going to go through a lot of water. I myself go through about 90 to 100 bottles a month, so my budget is anywhere from 450 to 550 baht a month. This month, I spent exactly 480 baht on water. Now, my buddy from Hungary, he actually spends about 800 to 900 baht every single month on water, because he's not drinking beer like I am. He's walking everywhere, so he's definitely needing to be hydrated a little bit more than I am. It doesn't matter what your budget range is. Look, if you want to drink Fiji water or Evian, Perrier water, you can buy the most expensive water that you possibly can if you want to show off, but water is water. It's the same thing, I don't know why you would spend crazy money. It's the same as going to Starbucks or going to a local cafe. I would budget around 500 baht a month for water. Doesn't matter if you're low-end budget, high-end budget, I would budget 500 baht a month for water. That's going to give you, like I said, approximately 90 to 100 bottles of water a month. And trust me, you're going to need them down here. You really will. Now, along with the water, fruit. I find fruit incredibly important for my diet, and I'm always right around the exact same amount of money every single day for my fruit. I love fruit. I have fresh fruit in the fridge every single day. There's not a day that goes by that the doc does not have some type of fruit. Cantaloupe, honeydew melons, watermelon, pineapple, coconuts, you name it. I have it every single day. And this month, no different. Exactly 1,500 baht. Last month it was like 1,450. The month before 1,480. Every single month I'm spending right around that same amount, and you can expect to spend the same amount too. Now, again, the guy from Hungary, he's almost exactly the same as me, and he more than happy with the amount of fruit that he's getting. Can you spend more? Of course, if you go and you start buying durian and you're buying grapes, and grapes for some strange reason here in Asia, doesn't matter what, are expensive. I haven't figured that one out yet, but they're bloody expensive. Essentially, for a decent sized bag of grapes, you're looking at almost 10 US dollars. I don't buy a lot of grapes. I'll be honest with you. I stick to pretty much pineapple, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, coconuts, etc., etc. You can, if you want to, spend a lot of money on your coconuts. I don't. I always go over to Phuket town. There's a spot right beside Naka Market. All along the street, you can buy coconuts for as low as 15 baht a piece. Those are the ones that I buy because I find they're really sweet. They're not too big. They're not too small. They're just ideal for me. And I usually buy like 10 of them at a time. So yeah, my fruit budget, 1,500 baht a month. I think that's fantastic. And if you're like me, that's probably what you should look at budgeting. Again, though, if you want to go to the more expensive places, like the high-end supermarkets, Tops and all of these places, Villa Market, you're going to spend probably double that. But if you go to the stands, the fruit guys, you go to the Naka night market like I do, you can get your fruit unbelievably cheap. Massages should be extremely easy to budget for. How many are you going to have a month? How much does each one cost? You would think that this would be pretty straightforward, and for someone like me, it actually is. I typically go for 2, maybe 3 massages every single week. I love them. I go to the same place all of the time, and it's 200 baht a massage, okay? So last month, I had 9 massages, which came to 1,800 baht. With my tips, it was 2,200, okay? Now, I'm not tipping crazy amounts of money every single time. I know certain people, such as my Canadian friend, she tips way too much. She is going to a spa because she truly believes it says spa, it's going to be better. It's not. Believe me, it is the same massage and probably not as good as the older women that I go to. 600 baht she's paying every time, and she's giving a 400 baht tip, 1,000 baht a time. I'm getting 5 massages to her 1. It's absolutely insane. So another way that people fail here financially is they live with that North American, European mentality where, if it's not expensive, it's not good. And I'm just going to flat out tell you, that couldn't be further from the truth. The place that I go to, Massage by Keds 1, is fantastic. The girls there are incredible. The massages are the best on the island, and it's 200 baht an hour, okay? Obviously, these are not happy ending massages. If you're going for a happy ending massage, quite honestly, you need to budget a minimum of 1,000 baht, depending on how palatable the girl is, up to 1,500 baht if you want a pretty girl, okay? Point blank, I'll tell you straight up, 1,000 to 1,500 baht for a happy ending massage. It's just the way it is. If you're looking for an actual real massage, you can get an incredible massage here in Patong, 200 baht. Again, my total massage bill for the month, 9 massages, 2,200 baht. I would say this much. If you are coming here and you want to get 2 massages a week, I would budget exactly 2,400 baht a month. That's going to allow you to give them a tip, not the crazy tips that people give in North America. Please remember that you don't have to do that here. And again, that North American mentality is another reason why people fail here, because their budget is this amount, but they're not budgeting the foolish tips that they're giving people that you don't have to give. You're probably wondering, Doc, how much is a realistic budget? Well, I'll be honest with you. If you don't live like me, if you're one of these guys that wants to, go out and party all of the time, if you have to have companionship all of the time, You want seafood. You want that Western diet, etc., etc. Perhaps you want to have a really crazy place to live where, I don't know, maybe if you're FaceTiming your friends back at home, you can be like, oh, look at my cool ass place. 100,000 baht a month, which is almost double what I am, 3,000 US dollars. I think would give you a fantastic life here. It would also allow you, if you wanted to rent a car. But again, it's personal. And please understand that if you're coming here, you need to have a budget. You have to have a budget. If not, you're going to fail. I see so many people come here and fail. People that have way more money than I do come and fail because Thailand, I'm going to tell you something. If you're not prepared for it, it will chew you up and spit you out in a minute. It's not all about swallowing here, guys. It's really not. Okay, so one thing I want to cover really quick, guys, is this. I am not broke, okay? Despite what some people say, what some people think about me, look, read some of the comments. They're absolutely hilarious. Guys, I promise you, I am not broke. I retired at 49 years old. Just in case you don't know the story, I was a real estate agent back in Canada. No, I'm not a doctor. I've covered that 1,000 times in other videos, so I'm not going to go on to it on this one. But I was a real estate agent back in Canada. I retired at 49 years old to essentially travel the world and just enjoy the rest of my life. I truly believe, because of family things and et cetera, I'm not going to live past 64 years old. No male in my family has ever lived past 64. I don't expect to. And I just wanted to enjoy the rest of my life. And in doing so, I started this YouTube channel sharing my experiences, and thankfully, luckily enough for me, it has blossomed into now, quite honestly, I get paid to travel all over and I'm living the most incredible life. Again, I am not broke. However, I will say this much, guys. Anybody can do what I'm doing, okay? If you learn how to budget and stick to your budget. When I lived in Canada, quite honestly, the last 10 years that I was there, I saved 75% of my income. Now, I know a lot of people are coming here, they're spending money here, spending money there, they're doing this, they're doing that. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. I still save 75% of my income. Why do I do that, you ask? Well, because you know what? A lot of these guys that are talking about living in Thailand and how expensive it is are going on about how, oh, well, this happens, that happens, shit happens. You got to be ready for this. You got to be ready. If you are properly budgeted and you're living your life according to your budget, you don't have to worry about stuff that happens. Prime example, this month, I broke one of my AirPods Pros. I dropped the damn thing, and that's how shitty they are. My first Apple product I bought in a long time. I hate Apple, and yes, I fully understand I'm never going to get a sponsorship deal with Apple. Wouldn't want one anyways. I broke it. So I had to buy new earpods. 6,000 baht, which is right around what? 175 US dollars? Who cares? I was under budget last month. I'm still under budget this month, and I'll be under budget next month. Just roll with it. Who cares? Here's the crazy thing. A lot of people just don't understand. Again, like I said earlier, if you can't live on a budget at home, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, or you're, living off your credit card every single month, you can't do it here. Again, I saved 75% of the money that I made in Canada when I worked there, and I still to this day save 75% of the money that I make. I'm only living on approximately 25% of my income, okay? And that income includes money from all of my investments, my rental properties, YouTube, my sponsorship money, and my buy a beer money. You know something? I'm absolutely amazed by how many people love my videos and want to buy me a beer, but because they're not here in Thailand, they click that little button, buy me a beer. And I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. I appreciate that more than you can possibly imagine. And do you want to know where that money goes? It actually doesn't really buy me a beer. Quite honestly, I can afford a beer once in a while, even a Corona. I take that money and I donate it to different charities, like the Soy Dog Foundation, which I'm doing a video about. Whoa, that was crazy. I'm not sure how that happened. Anyways, I'm doing a video about the Soy Dog Foundation. What a fantastic place it is if you want to go and spend some time while you're in Thailand. Donate your time, your money to it. It's just amazing. Or I'll take that money and I'll give it to a family that really, really needs it. I really appreciate you guys sending me that buy me a beer money. Honestly, I'm doing so many good things with it that you guys don't even see. I'm not sure if you guys actually want to see that stuff, or you just want to think that, hey, Mark's sitting there enjoying a nice cold Leo or a Corona, depending on which one, you know. Learn how to budget, guys, and you can do exactly what I'm doing. I promise you, you really can. Health insurance is one of those things that is incredibly different, very unique, and extremely personal. Listen, you guys know, because I've been incredibly open and honest about my healthcare, that I have been scrimping by for the past 3 years on the absolute minimum bargain basement that I possibly can, because I have truly believed, and I'll be honest with you, even today, I'm still convinced that the only thing that's going to send me to the hospital is going to be a bike accident. So I have carried, accident coverage, and I do have coverage in case I get sick. But as I am getting older, I am 52 now, I'll be 53 at the end of the year, I honestly am starting to, worry about this, worry about that. I haven't become a hypochondriac just yet, but damn, every time, I get like a bump on my leg, I'm like, is that cancer? Actually, I'm not that bad. However, I have decided that I will up my coverage, especially because I'm going out of the country a lot. And as it turns out, the coverage that I had before didn't really cover me for certain things if I was out of the country, which I did not understand at the time. So I did find a new company. I will put their information in the description below. I'm extremely happy so far. I'm in my second month with them, and I did double the cost of my health insurance. I went from right around $50 to now I am $104 US, which is right around close to 4,000 baht. It's just slightly under that. It's like 39,000 something. I'm not sure, but you have to have it, guys, because I'm going to tell you something. I couldn't tell you how many Facebook posts I have shared and, tried to help contribute to, of people who have had accidents here, ended up in the hospital, and the bills are staggering. I'm not sure what would happen if you actually come down with some type of sickness and had to go to a hospital here, but I will just flat out say this much. If you have to go to the hospital and you've had a serious bike accident, some of the bills can be absolutely staggering. I've seen one guy, he was there for 3 days. His bill was well over 1 million baht. They were running every single test they possibly could on him, but it was a pretty damn serious accident. Listen, I've gone to the hospital. A lot of the time I just pay because it's a lot easier for me. The one time I could have used my health insurance, I didn't bother using it because it was only going to, I think I was going to get maybe $12.50 back. And to be honest with you, the amount of paperwork I would have had to fill out to get $12.50, look, I'm cheap, but I'm not that cheap. Honestly, there's no way I'm going to sit there for hours for $12.50. I wouldn't have done that back in the 1980s. I'm sure as shit not going to do it now in my 50s here in 2024. Insurance, guys, you have to have it, and I'm going to tell you this much. I do know guys like my buddy, who's living here on $600 a month. He has no insurance, but he is unbelievably healthy. Like, this guy is, look, if I could be in the shape that he's in, and he's 67 years old, I would just be the happiest guy in the world. Plus, I would be ripped. I'd take my shirt off, and, woo, I wouldn't say the ladies are going to swoon, but there might be a lady boy or two that comes up. Yeah. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. Health insurance, guys, you have to have it. So listen, I'm now at almost 4,000 baht a month, 104 bucks. I'm not sure where you're at in life, so I really can't, I'm not going to advocate not having a health insurance, but it's really one of those things that is completely, totally personal. So you could be anywhere from where I was. Well, actually, you could be anywhere from where my buddy is 0 to where I was 50, 104 now, up to, I know guys that are spending $310. However, they've got pre-existing conditions. They are from America. And yeah, so health insurance, guys, is one of those ones that it's like roulette. You never know what's going to happen. So you should have some. How much it's going to cost you, I really can't say. But for me, I'm extremely happy with my coverage, $104. Transportation and bikes. Listen, this is one of those categories where it can absolutely spiral out of control on you. And here's a very good example of this, okay? I have a friend of mine who lives here in Thailand, and she is giving up on her dream of living here because she finds it so crazy expensive. And again, this goes to my whole thing about, are you able to thrive and survive here living in Thailand? Because she's not able to. And here's exactly why. I'm going to tell you point blank. She is not willing to embrace driving a motorbike. She is not willing to get on the back of a motorbike taxi. Everywhere she goes, she takes a taxi, a Bolt car, a Grab car, etc., or a tuk-tuk. Her taxi transportation bill for last month was slightly over 18,000 baht, just getting to where she wants to go. So sadly enough, every single thing for her becomes exponentially expensive because she is spending on average 650 baht every single day just on taxis going here and going there. Now, myself, as you guys know, I drive my bikes and I am paying 4,000 baht a month, which works out to be right around 110 US dollars. Look, I'll be honest with you, not a lot of people are going to get the same deal that I'm getting. I have been renting my bike from the same guy for years and years and years, and he does give me a fantastic discount. I am currently driving an NMAX, which I happen to love. I will be buying a bike. As you guys know, I did that whole video about buying a bike here. It has been such a fun process. And now that I have hit 30,000 subscribers, I will be buying a bike 100% for sure, and showing you guys exactly what I did buy and all of the mistakes that I made buying a bike, because believe it or not, yeah, I made several mistakes. Anyways, so yeah, 4,000 baht for me, which is right around 110 US dollars. Now, I will say this much, a lot of guys want the bigger bikes. My NMAX it's a 155, it's not very big. A lot of guys want the T-Max, the D-Max bikes, the Honda Forzas. You're going to be paying between 6,000 and 8,000 baht a month for one of the larger bikes, which, that can add 50%, almost double the cost, okay? So keep that in mind. If you were a bigger guy, I'm only 5'9", 175 pounds. The NMAX, PCX, Vespas, these are the perfect size for me. If you want something bigger, you're going to pay much more money. Gas, last month I spent exactly 1,500 baht and I drove a lot, okay? So you can pretty much factor in that that's what you're going to be spending as well. Now, when it comes to the taxis and the tuk-tuks, I'm obviously not spending 18,000 baht a month. Oh, no. I did spend 420 baht last month on taxis and tuk-tuks, and that included taking a Bolt car to the airport. I actually got picked up at the airport on my way back by a friend of mine, so that was all free. Cost me a couple of beer here and there. But yeah, I'm not spending a lot of money on taxis and stuff simply because I don't want to. However, again, like I was saying earlier, when it comes to my friend who spent over 18,000 baht, that same guy that I had mentioned earlier, the guy, that is here living on a shoestring budget, he spent 400 baht for the entire month on his total transportation. What he's doing is he goes over to Phuket town once in a while and he takes what's called the 40 baht bus. There is an open air bus, okay? No air conditioning. It's not very comfortable. I've ridden it once or twice just to see what it's like, and it's dreadful. However, if you're on a tight budget It's 40 baht to get from Patong to Phuket town. You can go over there, spend the day, come back. It is so cheap, it's crazy. Not only that, what he does is if he needs to go someplace in Patong, he just uses the InDrive app and he gets a motorbike taxi. It's the cheapest way to get a motorbike taxi. If you go up as a foreigner, and trust me, they know who the foreigners are, it's automatically 100 baht anywhere you want to go on a motorbike taxi. You can negotiate back and forth with them, usually get them down to 60 or 80 baht. But with InDrive, you can actually go pretty much anywhere in Patong on a motorbike. They'll come pick you up, drop you off, and it's only 40 baht. So his total for the entire month was only 400 baht, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, that's 10% of what I pay for my bike. And again, I mean, he's not going obviously on extended trips, but he's getting around. It's no problem at all. Compare that again with my friend, 18,000 baht on taxis, 400 baht. It's he has a budget, guys, and he's sticking to it. And that's the whole premise of this video, is that guy, you know, that goes on about how, oh, build a budget and then double it. No, build a budget and stick to it. And I promise you, you will thrive and survive here. Now, quite honestly, it doesn't matter where you live here in Thailand. Accommodations are going to be one of your biggest expenses. However, I have to admit, when I see some of these guys showing their units, yeah, again, guys, I'm not on OnlyFans a lot, believe it or not. However, if you want to see my OnlyFans, it is Why Hello There with the Love Doctor. Oh, yes. Look, I'm shocked at how many people spend crazy amounts of money on their condos here on Phuket. I know guys that are 60, 70, even 80,000 baht a month. A month. Oh my God. I don't know if I'm tired of talking or if I've had too many Coronas. Yes, I'm actually drinking Coronas today. Sponsorship deal? Most likely not. Lovely. Anyways, I know guys that are spending 60 to 80,000 baht a month on their condos. I honestly don't understand it because I don't know who they're trying to impress. Yes, I understand, that they're doing, these TikTok videos and stuff like this. But for me, I'm 13,000 baht a month. I have a 1-bedroom condo with a separate bedroom. I do have a small kitchen. I absolutely love my unit, and you would too. It is true, you would. However, the guy that I had mentioned earlier, the guy from Hungary who is here and living on a shoestring budget pays 4,000 baht a month. And his room is really, mine's not that much better than his, to be honest with you. I'm going to show you an example of what his room looks like.
So this is what you can get for $110 US. Yes, 4,000 baht a month, you can get this studio unit. I understand that it's small, but again, how much room do you honestly need? You've got a full bathroom, it's got a shower, hot water on demand, which I think is fantastic. It's clean, it's peaceful, it's quiet, the bed's comfortable, the furniture is nice. You even have, this spot here where you could, if you wanted to, put in a heating plate right here. It's just, I think this is a fantastic deal. And again, it's less than $110 US.
And then I'm going to show you what a lot of guys are coming here, they're renting. This unit here is 26,000 baht a month, which is pretty damn close to $750 US.
So here's an example of a more upscale condo here. And really, I don't consider this a condo because to me, it's just a studio unit. It's an open room. At least mine has a separate bedroom. Here, your living room is your bedroom is your living room, etc., etc. And quite honestly, you can go and rent a small house here on Phuket for 26,000 baht. I think this is insane. However, here's the crazy part. This whole building is full. There's a waiting list to get in here, and there's actually 3 or 4 people already lined up for this unit alone. The only reason I got in to film it when I did was because they had to come in, they had to clean it and get it ready for the next tenant. Yeah, 26,000.
It's a nice place, but quite honestly, again, for me, I'm not in my room that much. You know, short of sleeping in my room, and if it's raining outside, I'm rarely ever in my room. So I don't have the need to have this really impressive, crazy, over-the-top condo or a house. I did rent a house back during the situation with a pool. It was nice, but I'll be honest with you, I didn't get as much use of the pool as I should have. I've had some really cool condos. I had that penthouse. And despite what the one commenter wanted to argue with me about it being a penthouse, look, you may be smarter than I am, but I don't think you're smarter than Webster's. And Webster's definition of a penthouse is exactly that. It is the top floor of a complex. Anyways, again, you can spend crazy amounts on accommodations here, or you can spend peanuts. I have told you guys all the time, I get all of my long-term accommodations from Facebook Marketplace. What I would suggest, and I have said this in many of my videos, and I'm actually going to be releasing some videos showing you some of the really kick-ass cool places that you can get here on Phuket for unbelievable deals, under $1,000 US a month, and you will not believe some of these places. So guys, please check out the upcoming videos that I'm going to be releasing about that. But again, I get all of my places on Facebook Marketplace. And what I suggest to people is this: come to Phuket, book a hotel for a couple of nights, get on Facebook Marketplace, find some places that you like. Go look at them from the outside, decide whether or not you like the location. And if you do, then go look at the unit and see if it's going to work for you. And if it does, negotiate. I promise you, whatever price is listed on Facebook Marketplace, you're going to get it for about 25% less than that. Especially if you come during rainy season and sign a 1-year lease, because then you're getting it at the absolute lowest price of the market for the whole year. Again, I am 13,000 baht for my unit. I have showed you a 4,000 baht unit, a 26,000 baht unit. How much do you think you should be spending? I'll be honest with you. If I was budgeting for coming here to Phuket, I would look at 20,000 baht a month, which is just right around $575 US. I think that's fantastic. I will say this much: any place you rent, make sure that you get the utilities either included or you're paying the government rent. Do not take a place where they're charging you 8 to 10 baht a month, because you are going to get ripped off substantially. You should always only be paying the government rate, and argue with them until the baht come home, because you don't want to get ripped off on the power. Trust me, you will. It's just a fact of life of living here. Either get it included or only agree to pay the government rate. Simple as that, guys. Accommodations, again, anywhere from 4,000 to 400,000. But if you're realistically looking for a spot, 20,000 baht is that's a good anchor to go with. My condo would be around 18,000 baht, except for I know the owner, he's giving me a fantastic deal. But if he wasn't, I'll be honest with you, I would go someplace else and get a 10,000 baht a month condo, which would be around $280 US. Yeah, for sure. Now, all of that being said, again, this comes back to that idiot that went on about, make your budget and then double it. You don't have to. If you are actually smart and wise with your money and you look around for good deals. Not only that, location. Don't live in Patong. Live on the outskirts of Patong and it gets substantially cheaper. If you go to Phuket town, you can get the same condo that I have for half the price. You can literally get the exact same condo that I'm paying 13,000 baht a month for 6,500. I personally guarantee it. If you can't find one, give me a call. I will go and get one for you. That's how confident I am about that. Not only that, if you go to Chalong, you can actually rent a little tiny house for pretty much what I'm paying for my condo. If you go up to Thalang, close to the airport, you can get a small little house, usually with a pool, common area pool, but still it's a pool, for the same price that I'm paying for my condo. So all of these people that are going on about how, oh, it's just crazy expensive, it's tens of thousands of dollars a month. Bullshit. Bullshit. These, again, are people who, they can't even survive in their home country, so they come here thinking that it's going to be, and then they fail because they're using that same mentality that they had back home here. And listen, at the end of the day, one of my favorite sayings in life is those who fail to plan to fail. And nothing holds truer than that when it comes to visas, guys. I'm going to tell you something. As you guys know, I am on the tourist visa. I pay essentially 950 baht every single month because I have to do the extension after 30 days. It's 1900 baht. But it allows me, again, like I said, to get out of the country, go see other countries, do things, explore. That is what I enjoy doing. So after I ran out of my STV visa, STV, not STD, and my COVID extensions, I wound up going with the simple tourist visa. And I've been on that ever since. Don't believe all of these stories where they're telling you that, oh no, you're going to be refused entry. Has never happened to me. I'm still here. I will give you guys a tip about that in a few minutes. Visas, plan for them. Understand which one you need to be on. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of these people that come here, they fall in love with Thailand and they want to stay, but they have no idea how to get a visa, what they need to do, how they apply. So they go and they get these visa companies, and the amounts they're being charged are scandalous. I know one girl right now, she just paid 55,000 baht for an education visa. She has no idea what's going on. She hasn't heard from the school or anything like that, but apparently she does have her education visa. And the worst part is, if immigration goes to the school and checks on her and she's not there, they're going to revoke her visa, and she just paid 55,000 baht for nothing. That's not really thriving, is it? People are going on about how, oh, you can get the Muay Thai visa. They are getting incredibly hard to get. Okay, there's always the elite visa. I have one friend here who was on one. He paid 600,000 baht for his, and that's for 5 years. But if he wants to, he can extend that out for an extra 15 years for 400,000 baht, which works out to be right around 30,000 US dollars for a 20-year visa. I think that's fantastic. If you are over 50 years old and you have an income of at least 60,000 baht a month, or you can deposit 800,000 baht into a Thai bank account, you can apply for and you automatically qualify for the retirement visa here, which only costs you 1,900 baht a year. I'm going to tell you point blank, there's all kinds of companies that will offer to set you up with it. They'll even put the money in your bank account for you. I would not do this, guys, because the government is cracking down on all of these companies. There's been so many instances, so many reports, so many news things about the Phuket immigration and the police cracking down on these illegal, fraudulent visa companies. So keep in mind, when it comes to visa, guys, you can do all this stuff yourself. Please, if you just put some effort into it, you can save yourself a lot of money. And I will tell you this much. A lot of the people who are here failing, they're failing because they're either too stupid or too lazy. They just don't want to put the effort in, or they just can't comprehend a simple guide as to how to process something. Visas, guys, should be simple. They should be easy. Again, for me, I honestly should be on the retirement visa. I'm just not ready to commit to that because of stuff back in Canada and the fact that, again, I love to travel, so it forces me to get out of the country every 60 days and go on an adventure. I love it. I'm not going to spend 55,000 baht getting some Yahoo to get me a education visa. I'm not going to do it. And typically the people that do that end up failing. Don't be one of those guys that fails. Plan not to fail. There are all kinds of different visas that you can apply for online. Please go online, check them out. The guy that I'm talking about who's spending the 600 US dollars a month here, he applied for his visa before he even came. He only has to do 2 border runs while he's here, and those are costing him right around 100 US dollars each time to do the border run. It's fantastic for him. It works so simple and so easy. Guys, again, there's all kinds of different visa options. Please go on, do some research for yourself. Hit Thai Immigration, their website. They'll walk you through everything and show you how simple and easy to do it. If a simpleton like myself can do all of this stuff for himself, trust me, you can do it too. Now, besides the girls, another way that you can absolutely destroy your budget, and if you are not disciplined or if you have severe problems, your alcohol budget can just get out of control. It can go off the rails in such a hurry. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Last month, I spent exactly 9,825 baht on booze, which, to be honest, I don't think that's bad at all. It's about $10 a day. But keep in mind, that includes my Sangsam that I'm buying, my beers, my pool beers, my beach beers, my bar beers, my dinner beers. And not only that, I have a lot of subscribers who want to take me out and stuff like this. And I truly appreciate it, don't get me wrong. But most of the time when I do go out with someone, I wind up paying for the majority of the drinks because I feel foolish and just uncomfortable having someone pay for me. It's one of those weird things about me. I wish I could get over it, but it is what it is. Your booze budget can balloon like you cannot possibly imagine. I don't know if you guys have watched some of these TikTok videos where the guys take the receipts and they pull them out and they show you, like a receipt that's 3 and 4 feet long, and they're all proud of themselves because they spent 120, 140, 150,000 baht at a bar partying with the girls. I'm going to tell you right now, those video clips are 100% true. I have been out with guys, subscribers have taken me down to Bangalore Road. We've gone to the crazy go-go bars, Harem, Susie Wong's, places like this, and they have dropped 150,000 baht partying with the girls, which I think is insane. That's 6,000 US dollars in one night. One night. And I'm going to tell you something. I know guys that, again, the guy I had mentioned earlier that confronted me and was upset with me because, he went way over budget according to what I told him he could live here for. And when I did get confronting him, he's like, well, I go here and I go there and this girl, that girl, this girl, that girl, I ring the bell, blah, blah, blah. 18,000 baht he spent in one night at a bar. Now that's substantially less than someone that spends 150,000, but still, 18,000 baht is 500 and roughly 40 US dollars. That's a ton of money to be blowing just by ringing a bell and having some drinks. So I know it looks to people like I'm some raging alcoholic. I'm really not. You know what? I mean, of course, then again, they do say that denial is the first. Anyways, I'm not spending crazy amounts of alcohol. I'm not spending crazy amounts on alcohol. I am having crazy amounts of alcohol making this video today. But man, I'll tell you something. If you cannot be disciplined and follow your booze budget, and I'll be honest with you, some months I've gone way over my booze budget, but it's very rare. And if I do, I just cut back in other areas. A lot of people don't have that discipline though. They just, let's just go crazy. And it can spiral out of control in a minute. In a PHUKET minute, I can tell you something. I've seen it. I've seen guys come here and, after 3 or 4 months have gone through several years of savings because they hit these bars, and it's an addictive thing. I'll be honest with you, personally, a lot of guys are like, man, how come you don't enjoy going down, having the girls sit with you and all? I find it really, really unnerving. I find it strange. I don't like the feeling of having some girl sitting there touching me, talking to me because I'm paying her to do it. I find it very uneasy, unnerving. I don't like the experience. I have talked to some friends of mine who are really into it, and I've tried to go out with them, and I can't get into it. I think maybe one time I will go over to Aonang where it's completely different and nobody knows me, and maybe I'll see if I can enjoy the experience, but I don't enjoy it. I really don't. And that's probably why my booze budget is so low, despite the fact that you guys think that I'm drunk all of the time. I'm not. Sometimes I wish I was, but I'm really not. Be careful with the booze budget, guys, okay? You know, again, I say it all the time. You go out and all of a sudden you're buying these lady drinks, and man, that beer that cost you 70 baht, you buy one for her, it's like 200 to 250 baht. It's quite the difference. It really is. So that can spiral out of control on you in a hurry. So what would I recommend as an actual booze budget? Well, I would put the two together, booze and entertainment, because let's be honest with you. Going to the bar, listening to music, going out to Bangla Road, people watching, girl watching, go-go dancing watching, whatever you want to call it, it is entertainment, okay? So I would put the two of them together, and I would probably, I know this is going to sound crazy, but if you're one of these guys that wants to be around the girls, and I would budget about 15,000 baht, which is around $450 a month for entertainment, people watching, and booze, okay? I think if you're in that range, you're going to have a good time. Again, you could go absolutely ape shit crazy if you wanted to, but that's going to blow the budget and eventually going to send you home with your tail between your legs, and yeah, it's not going to be fun. 15,000 baht a month, I think, is a pretty safe booze entertainment budget, okay? Now, along with that, for me, entertainment is a little bit different than it is for other people. Again, I'm not one of these guys that really enjoys going to the go-go's and stuff like this. I really, really love island hopping, getting on a bike, going for drives, going to the elephant sanctuaries, playing with the monkeys. Look, I'll go to Krabi. I'll do a 4-hour drive to Krabi just to go and play with monkeys, okay? That's how weird the doctor is, okay? So for me, I'm typically budgeting about 5,000 baht a month for experiences such as, you know, a boat trip, going snorkeling somewhere. I absolutely love that. I think it's so much fun. Going on, you know, an elephant safari. Going to a place like the Soy Dog Foundation is free, guys. You get to go and play with dogs and puppies all day long. It's an incredible experience. Again, I'm going to be doing a video about that here in the upcoming weeks. It's that wonderful. Again, I would budget around 5,000 baht every month to be able to go out and do things that are fun and exciting, so that you're not just sitting there bored to death and doing nothing but hitting Bangla. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. I've said this 1,000 times in my videos. The guys that come here and fail are the guys who never experience what Thailand has to offer. They just come here, they go to Bangla, they get wrapped up in the bar girls, the massage girls, the freelancers, the booze, the partying. They don't go and see the sunsets. They don't go and, you know, they don't go chasing waterfalls. You know, they have some fun when you're here. So budget some money. 5,000 baht, 150 bucks a month. That's pretty damn cheap entertainment, really, guys. I'm going to tell you something. You go to Harem or Susie Wong's or one of these crazy go-go bars, and you buy a little tiny tower of shots for the bar girls and the dancers. That's 6,000 baht for just one little tower, and that's gone in 5 minutes. I'm talking about a whole month of entertainment, enjoying yourself, getting out, seeing things, exploring, and just living the best life possible for the same amount of money that you're going to spend on a couple of shots of grapefruit juice for some strippers. Now, here's an expense that I catch shit about all of the time, and I really honestly can't understand why, and it is my cell phone bill. I am on an unlimited data package. I do not have calling included in my package. If I want to make a phone call and I'm not using Facebook Messenger, Line, or one of these apps, I just simply walk into 7-Eleven and I top up my phone with 20 baht, okay? So I'm not even going to include that because quite honestly, in 3 years, I think I've made 3 phone calls. That's it. 200 baht is what I pay. I am paying less than $5.75 for my cell phone, okay? I know people who are spending 12, 13, 14, even 1,500 baht on plans, and I have no idea why. So again, these guys that are going on about, oh, take your budget and double it. Why? Why, when you can get the exact same package that I have, you don't want the cell phone package that I have? You guys can walk into True Mobile today and get the exact same package. I used to get it even cheaper. However, sadly enough, they did away with that package, and now I'm stuck with the package that I have, if you know what I'm saying. 200 baht is all I pay for unlimited data. Now, I know guys that have, condos and they're paying for Wi-Fi in their condos. And so I have never had to pay for Wi-Fi in any place that I've ever rented. Even the private pool villa that I had, Wi-Fi was included in that. And even if it wasn't, quite honestly, I would just use my phone as a hotspot because the internet, the Wi-Fi, whatever the hell it's called, okay? It's so incredible here that I can use my phone as a hotspot, go down to the beach with my laptop, edit a video, post a video, and it's like that. It's unbelievable, the coverage that's here. It's amazing. 200 baht a month. If you're paying more than 200 baht a month for you're idiot, an absolute idiot. True Mobile, 200 baht a month, unlimited data. It is fantastic. Now, I will say this much, because every single thing in my life, I'm really stupid when it comes to certain things. And here's one of the biggest mistakes that I've made in life, and I have to figure it out. And I'm actually going to do that next month. Well, actually, I'm doing it right now because this video is... Anyways, I'm going to learn all about eSIMs and stuff like this because I am paying too much money when I leave Thailand because I keep using my Thai phone number. All I do is I go on my True Mobile app, put some money on an international package, and I get to use my phone everywhere in the world. It is fantastic. I love it. Am I paying too much money when I leave the country? Yes, I am. But this video is about surviving and thriving in Thailand, not being an international man of mystery traveler like I am. So this is all about Thailand. 200 baht, about $5.75 US a month, unlimited data. Guys, if you're paying any more than that, you're out of your minds. So here I am rambling on about the importance of sticking to a budget. And did I hit my budget? No, actually, I went over my budget this month. I went over by $18. Yes, guys, I spent exactly 56,245 baht, which works out to be $1,518.25. I'm over by 18 bucks. Big deal. If I didn't have the horrific failure of the headphones, I would have been so far under budget that, I could have partied a couple nights down on Bangla Road and had a great time. At the end of the day, guys, I'm going to tell you something. The biggest thing to get from this video is you need to find your budget point. So here's my best advice I can give you. Come to Thailand and spend a month here. Pick the city that you want. If it's Phuket, come down to Phuket. You want to go to Bangkok, Pattaya, Udon Thani, Chiang Mai, wherever you want to go live there for a month and party your ass off. Get all of the crazy shit out of the way as soon as you get there, and then sit and build a budget. So I'm going to say it's probably going to take you about 2 months. Your first month, you're going to party, you're going to spend lots of money. Your second month, you're going to slow down. And that's the month that you're actually going to figure out how much money does it cost me to live here. Okay? Guys, again, people come here and they fail because they do not know how to budget. And as I said earlier, a lot of that has to do with the girls. Every other expense that you're going to have is pretty much going to be fixed. My rent is fixed. My insurance is fixed. My bike is fixed. My booze fluctuates a little tiny bit, but I pretty much know what it's going to be on a month-to-month basis, okay? As well as my food. If you are not willing to come and embrace living in Thailand and, explore the food options, everything that Thailand has to offer, probably you're going to have a hard time living on a budget. So yes, maybe you do have to have an inflated budget, but honestly, you don't have to double your budget unless you're a complete idiot, okay? And at the end of the day, if you're a complete idiot, stay home. We don't want you here. I hate to say that, but it's true. We have enough idiots here right now. Believe me, I see them every day. Guys, listen, I'm living my best life and I hope you are too. If coming to Thailand and living on a budget is what's going to help you live your best life, by all means, come here. And if you don't know how to live on a budget, reach out to me. I will teach you how to live on a budget. I only want the best for you. I really do. And the best for you is definitely living your best life like I am. Till next time, guys. Cheers.